with you.
Adventure's ours. It's collecting time.
This figure is small in size, but massive in ambition. Today, we're reviewing Cobra La Pythona. Details, articulation, accessories, poses, and why this classified release might be one of the most creative figures in the line. Learn on the board. Before we jump into the figure, we should talk about who Pythona is, because she's definitely not your typical Cobra operative. She appears in G.I. Joe the movie, representing Cobra La, an ancient civilization that predates modern Cobra entirely. While Cobra Commander and his forces rely on technology, weapons, and brute force, Cobra La is something completely different. It's organic, it's ancient, and it's very alien. Pythona herself is calm, observant, and extremely loyal to Globulus. She's not loud or chaotic like some villains. She's calculating. When she enters a room, she doesn't need to shout to command attention. She relies on control, precision, and confidence, which makes her very different from most Cobra characters. And that quiet confidence is exactly what this figure tries to capture. Let's start with the packaging. Right away, the foil-like appearance of the artwork stands out from typical G.I. Joe classified releases. The design leans heavily into the Cobra La aesthetic. Organic shapes, vibrant colors, and almost alien-looking patterns. Even before opening the box, it already feels different from the military-focused figures in the line. And once you open it up, you notice something else immediately. At only 6 inches tall, Pythona is tiny compared to most classified figures. She has a very lean, slender frame that immediately sets her apart on the shelf. But the real surprise comes when you start removing the accessories. So this figure comes with a lot of accessories. And there's actually one in here that's probably the weirdest thing Cobra La has ever produced. We're not going to show it yet, but stick around because when we get to the accessories section, you're going to see exactly how strange this thing is. And honestly, it might end up being our favorite piece in the whole set. This is definitely one of those deluxe figures where you feel like you're getting a lot of display options. Let's start with the head sculpt, because this is easily one of the highlights of the entire figure. The head sculpt Pythona comes wearing right out of the box is incredibly detailed. The eyes are sharp and expressive, and the mouth sculpt is very clean and natural looking. You can also see all the smaller details around the face, like the purple tattoos around her eyes and on either side of her face. Her hair is pulled back into a short, thick ponytail that's held together with a purple hairband. And that ponytail is actually removable. When the ponytail is attached, it also moves side to side, which adds a lot of personality when you're posing the figure. And don't forget the long green luminous earrings hanging from her ears. Those really give her a regal Cobra La look. The figure also includes an alternate head sculpt. And what's interesting is that almost every detail on that second head sculpt is the same as the one she comes wearing in the box. The overall sculpt of the face, the tattoos, the hair, and the head shape are all identical. The biggest differences are the eyes and the mouth. On the alternate head, the eyes are darker and look much more intense, almost demonic. And the mouth is open, showing off her teeth and fangs, which gives the figure a much more aggressive expression. So depending on which head you use, you really get 2 different personalities for the character. One version feels calm and calculating, and the other looks like Pythona is ready to strike. The skin tones on this figure are interesting as well. Her face and head have more of a softer white tone, but her hands are noticeably brighter white. And the hands feature long black fingernails, which look fantastic when you see them up close. It's a small detail, but it really adds to the personality and elegance of the character. Her outfit is incredibly unique. It looks like she's wearing a patterned bodysuit that runs from her neck all the way down to her toes. And I mean that literally, because she isn't wearing any shoes. The suit itself is made up of several different shades of purple that blend together in a really interesting pattern. And throughout the suit, you'll notice various shaped cutouts revealing a bright fuchsia color underneath. It's actually a little hard to tell if that fuchsia color is meant to be part of the bodysuit design or if it represents her skin tone. Either way, it gives the whole outfit a very organic look, almost like the suit itself is alive. And that really fits the strange alien aesthetic of Cobra Law. And honestly, the pattern kind of reminds us of something you might see on a pair of LuLaRoe leggings, which somehow works perfectly for Cobra Law. Yeah. This figure comes with a ton of accessories. And when we say a ton, we mean it. For such a small figure, Hasbro really packed this deluxe release with display options. First up is the removable hooded cape. The outside of the cape is black and has a texture that looks like reptile skin, almost like snake scales. It even feels slightly textured in hand, almost like leather. The inside of the cape is a vibrant fuchsia color, which matches the same fuchsia tone you see on her bodysuit. And along the bottom of the cape, you'll notice different shaped holes that form a pattern. That detail really adds to the strange, organic Cobra Law aesthetic. You also get an alternate head sculpt, which we mentioned earlier. This version has the mouth open with visible teeth and fangs, giving her a much more aggressive look. And you also get an alternate longer ponytail. This ponytail doesn't look as full as the shorter ponytail, but it has the same color hair and hairband. That gives you some extra display options depending on how you want to pose the figure. The figure also includes several alternate hands. You get 2 alternate fists, a smoking clawed hand, and an acid poison effect hand, which feels very Cobra Law. And this is where things get really weird, in the best way. She comes with several Cobra Law creature accessories. A 4-headed eel creature wielded by Pythona to break through metal or short out electronics. A small clam-like bioorganic creature, weapon. A tentacle clam or tape clam. This shelled bioorganic creature has tentacles or tongues that extend to wrap around and capture targets. Alright, remember earlier when we mentioned the weird Cobra Law accessory? Well, here it is. Yep, Cobra Law is still as strange as ever. It's a face hugger style creature. This one's self-explanatory. And lastly, a small bomb or spore-like item that resembles prehistoric trilobites. Looks more like a turtle to me. I'd have to agree with that. When thrown at targets, these little guys clamp onto the vehicles and explode. Boom! These creatures really make the display posabilities a lot of fun, and they definitely lean into the bizarre Cobra Law world. She also includes 2 translucent pink serpentine chalk brand style weapons. They're round in shape and almost look organic, like they grew instead of being manufactured. And of course, she also comes with the gem. Yes, the gem. The gem of that size. You know Cobra Commander definitely saw that and immediately started calculating how much it was worth. But Pythona's just standing there like, nope, Cobra Law property. And that's probably the shortest negotiation Cobra Commander ever lost. All right, let's keep going with this review. All right, before we move on, let's take a second to look at everything she comes with. Because when you lay it all out like this, it's actually a lot. You get the hooded cape, 2 head sculpts, multiple alternate hands, 2 serpentine shock ram weapons, and a whole lineup of Cobra Law creatures. This is one of those figures where the accessories almost feel like their own little ecosystem. Honestly, this might be one of the most accessorized deluxe figures in the G.I. Joe classified line. Let us know in the comments, what's your favorite accessory from this set? Because some of these are seriously weird, and we mean that in the best way. Okay, quick question. What? Are these weapons or pets? I think that one's judging us. Pythona definitely looks like the type of villain who just casually carries weird alien pets around. And this one looks like it skipped breakfast and is looking for a new host. You know what the real problem is? What? There's absolutely no way Cobra Commander agreed to this. Why are there creatures in the briefing room? Because Cobra Law. Alright, let's talk about articulation. Articulation on this figure is excellent. She has standard classified articulation. Butterfly shoulders, torso articulation, drop down hips, thigh cuts, knee joints, ankle joints. And for a small figure, she poses incredibly well. Neutral stance, calm posture, cape and hood on. This shows off her elegance. Running with the 4-headed eel creature in left hand and fist hand on right. Cape and hood on with open fanged mouth. Amazing action pose. Alternate acid poison effect hand raised on the right side, fist hand on the left, with mouth closed head sculpt. Pure authority. Mid-step, torso turned, tuck ram weapons equipped with open mouth head sculpt. Great articulation showcase. Cape on with closed mouth head sculpt. Creatures displayed. This is shelf dominance. Before we give our final score, we want to point out 3 small details on this figure that collectors might miss at first glance. These are the kinds of things that really show how much effort went into this release. Detail number 1, the tattoo precision. First up, the purple tattoos around Pythona's eyes. On a figure this small, getting paint that clean and symmetrical is not easy. And if you look closely, the tattoos frame the eyes perfectly, which really enhances her expression. Detail number 2, the cape texture. The outside looks like reptile skin or snake skin. It almost feels like leather in hand, even though it's not. And when the light hits it, that texture really stands out. Detail number 3, the creature theme. Almost everything included with Pythona feels organic or alive. The eel creature, the face hugger, the shell creature. They all reinforce the Cobra Law aesthetic. It makes the entire figure feel like it came straight out of Cobra Law's strange world. Those little details are exactly what make this figure stand out in the classified line. And honestly, that attention to detail is a big reason why this figure gets a 10 out of 10 from us. Yep. If you want more G.I. Joe classified reviews like this, make sure you're subscribed. And thank you to our 777th Battalion for all the support and encouragement. We truly appreciate every like, comment, and view. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Yo, Joe!